Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Astrology with your friend Gretchen Heidel, full-time astrologer, life coach, Reiki master, and so much more. And I am here live. It is our Monday night date on July 31st, the last day of July on Monday. And I'm going to be going over This Week in Astrology all the way until August 6th. So welcome if you're just joining me live. I am sorry. I apologize once again. I was having some glitches signing on. I can tell Mercury is about to go retrograde. I think my technology is retrograde at this point. But if you are just joining, I love to see you and to post below where you're tuning in from, and also what is your astrological sign, your sun sign, rising sign, even your moon sign. Welcome, welcome. I can see some people are finally joining. And if you see me looking up and down, I am co-recording on two different recording devices, one for YouTube and one for Facebook. I'm live on Facebook every Monday night. I'm trying to get on at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then earlier than that, if you're out on the West Coast, obviously. And then I cross-post the pre-recorded version onto YouTube afterwards. So somewhere between Monday night and Tuesday, if you were just joining. So go ahead and comment below so I know that you guys can hear me. I haven't gotten anybody posting yet that you can hear me. But I am going over This Week in Astrology, and you don't want to miss this because this is one of the two supermoons this week, full moon, supermoon, that is going to be taking place in astrology. And plus there's some other astrological news, but boy, tomorrow on August 1st is going to be jam packed full of different things. I have yet to have anybody comment, so I'm hoping, I'm praying and hoping that you guys can hear me because nobody yet has commented. Wendy said technical issues. I'm not sure if you're talking about my technical issues or yours, so that's not helping me yet either. If someone could just let me know you can hear me, please. All right, Susan, yes, Gemini, yay. Okay, it sounds like somebody can hear me. That's really good. Awesome. Okay, so we are going to be having the big supermoon this week, and there's two supermoons this month, like I said, so that's going to be kind of a rare-ish sort of occurrence. Yay, Melinda, welcome from Vermont. Kate said, hard to hear me, hard to find me. Yeah, because I was having trouble finding you guys. I couldn't even get on tonight. So yeah, sometimes that happens. I tried 4 different times to get on. It kept kicking me out. Melinda, thank you. You can hear me. Awesome. I hope that that's good. Kate Scorpio from Chicago. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So we have I have a lot to go over tonight. And I'm going to start with the very big news that is coming this week in astrology. Hey, Debbie from Florida, Aries from Florida, Sylvia, New York City. Awesome. Yay. Gemini, welcome. Yay. Wendy said, glad that you can see me. I'm glad to see you guys because I was a little worried there. Okay, so we have the big full moon coming tomorrow, August 1st. We start August off with a bang, okay, 2023. It is going to be the big full moon, Sturgeon moon, supermoon that's going to be taking place here in August. And we have 2 moons. We're going to have one on the August 1st, and that's a supermoon. And then we're going to have another one on August 30th, and that's a supermoon. And that's going to be also a blue moon because, you know, once in a blue moon. So whenever we have more than one full moon in a month, we call that a blue moon, and that is going to be coming at the end of August. We have another supermoon coming in September too. So we had one in July, 2 in August, and another one in September. So we have a lot of supermoons, sort of jam-packed full moon supermoons, because supermoons can also be new moons as well. So, you know, it's good to make that distinction. Hello, Amir and Rita Virgo. As some of you may have seen on my personal page, Rita had a heart procedure, a pacemaker put in. So if anybody wants to give Rita love tonight from Colorado, Virgo from Colorado, we can send her lots of prayers and Reiki because she just had this procedure last week. So if anybody wants to send her Reiki and love and prayers and all that good stuff. Ashley, yay. Hello, Astro family, she said. Virgo sun, Libra moon, Leo rising from Essex. Welcome. Yes, you're welcome, Rita, for all the prayers. Ashley Jean sending you Reiki. Yes, pacemaker is a big deal. I mean, that's your battery. I call that the heart, is the battery. So gotta take care of our battery because the battery takes care of us. So we have this big super full moon coming August 1st. So tomorrow on Tuesday, and the peak or the height of it is going to be 2:32 p.m. Eastern time. So earlier than that if you're out on the West Coast, and this is Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Now, this particular full moon is going to be fully loaded as well. Not all bad. Some of it's good. People like to say, is this good or bad? Is it good or bad? Well, it just is a lot, So we have one good and one challenging, we'll just say, planetary thing that's going on. And so we started this full moon all the way back in January 21 of 2023. So January 21st was our last new moon that we had in Aquarius, and that's where we started this particular cycle. Remember, a full moon is an ending, a completion, a wrapping up, a finishing of the cycle that we began back on August 21st. So if you can think back or look in your diary or look in your day timer or whatever that you use to see what was going on at that time for you. What were you trying to manifest? What were you trying to work on? What were you asking for? Because now we are at the culmination, the finishing of that, the wrapping up of that. And that took place, like I said, January 21st. And here's the interesting thing about that. That was a super new moon. So now we have a super full moon, and both of these were supers, So super moon, just to review, is where the moon is closest to the planet Earth, and we can really see it. It appears to be up to 14% larger than regular full moons. So we're going to see this big glowing orb in the sky, and it'll be very pretty. Now, I will say that the end of this month, the second supermoon that's coming in this month on August 30th, is going to be the superiest of all the super full moons. So it's going to be the closest to the planet in all of 2023, and that particular full moon is going to be very potent. And in astrology we've started talking about the super moons and all that, and that's an astronomical thing as well. But yeah, I mean, it does have some sort of impact because remember, the tides get bigger. It does affect our tides. In fact, they've done studies that tides are actually bigger during supermoons than regular moons. So, I mean, it's kind of noteworthy. And they say that 70 to 80% of our body is liquid and fluid. So it's something that, we will feel, and we will feel the impact of it as the gravitational pull is pulling us. So it's going to be big. So if you are an Aquarius, or if you are Leo. Now, this particular supermoon is going to be at 9 degrees Aquarius, so you need to know where Aquarius is in your astrological chart. And then the sun's going to be 9 degrees Leo. So we have, they're going to be opposing each other, and that's what always full moons do, is they oppose each other. Now, if you have your natal sun and your natal moon in your astrological chart, if they oppose each other and they're opposite signs, then you were born during the full moon. So you might feel this even more than the rest of us. But this is basically a time where we're ending something, we're completing something, we're wrapping something up. It's the culmination of something. We're harvesting the plants that we planted. We planted those new seeds January 21st of 2023, and now we're harvesting the fruits of our labor. And so that's basically what the deal is. So it is a wonderful thing. So we're going to be burning our new moon manifestation list after the peak of this full moon. So not really tonight. I would do it tomorrow, because you want to do it after. Because technically, if you want to be technically very precise about this, we're still in the new moon cycle all the way up until 2:32 p.m. tomorrow, when the full moon happens. So if you want to be very technical, you want to wait until you get over the hump of 2:32 p.m. or whatever time zone you're in. Okay, just adjust plus or minus the time zone, and then burn or destroy your full moon, your new moon manifestation list. Remember, we write the new moon list for new things during the new moon, and then on the full moon we burn or destroy the list. So we have two opportunities this month to burn or destroy our list, because we're going to have another new moon in between. Of course, every 2 weeks we have a new or full. So the new moon that takes place is going to be in August, is going to be on August 16th, 2023. And that's going to be in Leo, of course, because, we're in Leo season. So the sun and moon will be in Leo. Now, here's the interesting thing about that. Whenever the moon is a super moon, the full moon, it means the new moon is going to be a micro moon. Now, what's the difference? That is completely the opposite, right? That's the furthest away from the Earth as possible, so it has to do with the orbs, okay? The orbits of both of these planets, or the Earth and the moon. So it has to do with that. So now on the new moon will be a micro new moon. So that'll be kind of interesting. It'll still be powerful, we'll still feel it. It'll still be powerful. But these full moons are going to have an extra kind of punch to them because they're going to be really close to our planet and we'll feel them a little bit more. So you want to burn or destroy the list tonight or tomorrow. And again, anytime after 2:32 p.m. And I always say, try to aim for within 12 hours of the full moon. Now, the closer, the better. But if you're working in the middle of the day and you can't do it until later tomorrow night, that's fine. And you don't even have to burn it. You could put it through the shredder. You could, just sort of tear it up and throw in the trash, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But it is said when we burn something, we're like sort of releasing the embers out into the universe, and we're really like letting go and letting the universe help us to have it's like our part is done. Our human part is over. We did the new moon list on the new moon. We slept with it under our pillow. We even maybe read it again and read it again and read it again. Now we've done our part. So now it's time to just release, just let it go and let the universe handle business for us. Remember, we want the universe to do the work. We don't have to do the work. This might be a good time to say that saying, if you've ever heard of it, let go and let God, or let go and let the angels, or let go and just let the universe help you, whatever wording you want to use. But it's about, just releasing and having faith that the universe is hearing your messages. You don't have to keep pounding at it. That's a very human thing, that we want to keep pounding at it and pounding at it. People are like, well, what else should I do? And I'm like, nothing. Don't do anything else. Oh, you did enough. You did enough. Now, Aquarius, where is Aquarius in your chart? So Aquariuses are going to feel this. The air signs are going to feel this. Gemini and Libra will feel this because you'll be extra air energy. The fixed signs are going to feel this because this is in the axis of Leo and Aquarius. So we're going to also, Taurus and Scorpio will feel this. So if anybody out there has been, feeling that, you'll feel it. And even maybe some of the fire signs might feel this because this is air, and fire loves air, fire needs air. So that could fire us up too. And so this is a powerful full moon for a couple of reasons. Yes, it's going to be in Aquarius, which is the sign of the humanitarian, making the world a better place. What are we doing now for the greater good? Also, Aquarius does have a connotation with friendships and groups of people and our tribe and social justice and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to make the world a better place, and that is Aquarius big time. So this is a really wonderful full moon if you're doing anything or wrapping up or finishing or completing anything that has to do with the greater good, because Aquarius's job is to make change, yes, because the ruler of Aquarius is Uranus. So we want to be kind of making some kind of change, but also, is it a change that everybody will benefit from, the greater good? Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King had a lot of Aquarius in his chart, but he was a Capricorn. But Abraham Lincoln in Aquarius, Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres, there's a lot of people out there that have Aquarius in their chart that really try to make the world a better place and what's for the greater good and all that good stuff. Now, with this particular full moon, like I said, there's some additional energies going on the backdrop. The first energy is Mars is going to form a trine with with Jupiter. So Mars is going to be in Virgo. Jupiter is going to be in Taurus. Okay, that's why I said Taurus. So they're the earth signs. So again, you know, earth signs are going to be feeling this. There are going to be a lot of signs really like kind of feeling the energies of this. So Mars, god of war, right? But also, I think, you know, yes, Jupiter could make Mars bigger for sure, because Jupiter's job is to make anything that is going on feel bigger. So there's going to be a feeling bigness around this particular full moon. We're going to be feeling big, at large, and in charge, and all that good stuff. But this is considered to be a lucky Mars transit. Especially if you utilize it properly, you know, kind of really have a good effort and energy. This is where, you know, there's a lot of transits that we have, which is like kind of, I call them pie in the sky transits, like where we're just sort of daydreaming and we're like, one day I'll do that and one day I'll do this, you know, that kind of thing. I'm calling you out, Pisces. You know, but this is actually, Mars is like, now we're going to take action. Now we're going to come up with a plan, and we might even be feeling, you know, kind of optimistic and sort of feeling good. And the good thing is that these are in earth signs, which are the get it done. All the earth signs, I always say, probably nothing in this world would be accomplished without some earth sign behind it, you know, because earth signs get it done. You know, they're the practical application signs. So Virgo and Taurus are going to be involved. Mars, you know, and a trine is positive. You know, that's very good. It's a positive alignment. So that's going to be coming to a peak. Again, this is tomorrow, August 1st on at 4:45 p.m. Eastern time. So what is that, like 1:45 p.m. on the West Coast? And then, but I said some of it was good and some of it wasn't, you know. My doggy, go ahead, sit down, bub. He was going to start to rattle the wind chime behind me. Mercury is going to form a square with Saturn. So the positive part is Mars forming the trine with Jupiter. That's really good news. That's like where we're going to have action, drive, ambition. We're going to be wanting to get stuff done, wanting to slay dragons and do whatever. But the good thing is that it's more grounded and practical because it's in earth signs. But now we have Mercury, which is also in Virgo, also an earth sign, going to be forming an opposition to Saturn retrograde in Pisces. So remember I called Pisces out. So this one, you know, is not as fun. When we have Saturn, when we have Jupiter makes everything bigger. But when we have Saturn, Saturn's the brake. Saturn's like, you know, let's proceed with caution. Let's like, do you have a plan? Did we write it down? Did we alphabetize it? You know, like that's Saturn. But Saturn in Pisces is a little less structured, you know, especially Saturn retrograde. Remember, is the job of Saturn retrograde is to really figure out what is wasting our time. So while we have all of this wonderful positive energy, we need to also be looking at what's wasting our time, effort, energy, and resources. We need to cut that back. And with it being Mercury, that opposition, I've had a lot of people asking me, did Mercury retrograde start yet? Why is all my stuff breaking? Why is everything not working? Why, you know, like I just had my technology wasn't working tonight again, you know, and that is definitely this Mercury retrograde starting to show its hint and show its flavor. In fact, on Thursday, August 3rd, Mercury retrograde, we're in the pre-shadow. The actual retrograde starts on August 23rd, but on August 3rd, we are now in the Mercury retrograde shadow period, the pre-shadow period. And what that means is we're in the zone, you know, we're getting crunched down. Now, I've had a lot of people get like concerned, like, and by the way, if you're liking this broadcast, please like the post and like get the algorithm rolling. Oh, a bunch of people joined. Actually, I've just been on a rampage here. Andrea, welcome. Aries in Vermont. Sarah, oh my gosh, yes. She's like, what has been going on? It's been a dumpster fire. Yeah, it's been a little ouchy. In Massachusetts, Wendy, yes. No, we don't do a second manifestation. We do the second manifestation list on August 16th, which I think I answered. Kristen, Sagittarius from Vermont, and Holly, love, welcome, Libra Sun in Vermont as well. Yeah, so So we are in the pre-retrograde, and I have a lot of people that ask me like, well, what do I do during the pre-retrograde? Do I not do anything new, and do I da-da-da? No. You don't do all that until the actual retrograde starts. The pre-retrograde is just like where you remember the planets, when we are talking about retrogrades, the planets give the illusion from the planet Earth that it looks like it's going backwards. It's an optical illusion. Planets don't actually go backwards, but it's where the orbits kind of get weird, and then it looks like all of a sudden the planet's going back. So what happens is it appears to slow down, stop. I always say it's like a car. We can't just go 90 miles an hour and then throw it in reverse. We have to slow down, we have to stop, and then we have to go back. Okay, and then that's kind of how it goes. So when we talk about the pre-shadow, we're just, the slowing down process has begun, and we're kind of like getting there. So it's something that we have to just keep in mind. And this is the time, actually, the crunch time is the time to really get everything done so that you can work on your retrograde stuff during the retrograde. The retrograde time is homework time. I always say, like, people are like, well, what do I do? Do nothing? I'm like, no, do your homework, do research, do things behind the scenes. If you're moving your house, well, just start to pack and start to put things away. If you have a big pile of paperwork on your desk, then start filing away paperwork and stuff. It's all that homework stuff where we can catch up on things that we have been behind on. Actually, I like retrogrades for that reason. So Mercury retrograde, or Mercury in Virgo, is getting ready to retrograde, and so it being opposing Saturn tomorrow is going to feel a little retrogradist. We're going to feel that this week a little bit. So that's coming. The peak of that is coming on the same day of the full moon. That's 10:18 p.m. So we have to be very careful about what we say. Our communication, Mercury is our communication, and travel too. If you're traveling tomorrow, I'm sorry, it might be a little, kind of ouchy. Hey, Jocelyn, it's been a while since I've seen you. Welcome. Ashley said, I hear a squeaky toy. Actually, that was a bird outside. Some weird bird was out just making a weird noise. I think they're settling in for bedtime, so they're chirping and making interesting noises. So the Aquarius, when we talk about Aquarius here, Archangel Uriel is the archangel that is associated with Aquarius. Remember, the archangels don't have per se a sex, though often Uriel is sort of portrayed as a male, but they really don't have a sexual connotation of male and female. They're a they-them situation. But Uriel is wonderful because Uriel is often pictured with a lantern or a light. If you can see here, the picture, the Uriel has a lantern. Here, Uriel has a lightning bolt. All of that is light, okay? And when we think of Archangel Uriel, if you're having any struggles right now about not knowing what to do, Uriel is your archangel. So you can say a prayer. And remember, these archangels are prevalent in a lot of different religions, not just Catholicism and all that. It's Judaism and a lot of different religions have the archangels. That's why I like talking about the archangels, because they're pretty much like, universal in some ways. So Archangel Uriel is really helpful to, because of the light, like it is said, Uriel will shine the light on the path ahead for you to be able to gain clarity, to be able to see where you're going, to be able to have more clarity. I can't say it any other way. That's why Doreen Virtue, who did these cards, they're beautiful cards, pictured Archangel Uriel with claircognizance. It's about just knowing, just knowing. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you. They are answered prayers. So if you are lacking clarity, this particular full moon could help you, and definitely say a prayer to Archangel Uriel, because that is the archangel that's associated with Aquarius. Now, remember that there's always a tension during the full moon because the sun and the moon are opposite each other. So Leo is about, I'm super special. Like Leo loves to feel so special. And and Aquarius is the greater good, right? So these two are a little bit odds, you know. We can see full-blown adult temper tantrums, during Leo season for sure. And Uriel is saying, hey, you're not special. No. We're all equal. We're all created as one. That's more of the archetype of Aquarius. So it's about remembering that we are, each and every one of us is special in our own unique way, and that we are a part of the team effort of being humans in this earth school that we are on right now. So that's a very important thing. And remember too that your Aquarius is always associated with friendships, including in relationships. Now we have Venus retrograde right now. I don't know if anybody having relationship stuff. That's Venus retrograde is going on right now, and so be very mindful of that. If you haven't seen my Venus retrograde video, go on YouTube after this is over and watch it. I did a forecast for all 12 astrological signs on that video, and it is a big thing because it only happens once every 18 months. So, we have this kind of stressor going on. So when we talk about friendships are the basis of all good relationships. Should start with friendships, even love relationships. So I get a lot of people that are like, I love him. It's like, yeah, but do you like each other? Do you actually like each other? That's friendship, and so that's I believe that's why we have Valentine's Day in Aquarius season, because it's like that universal love. Like you could send a Valentine's card to your neighbor or like whatever. I remember when we were little, we had to write Valentine's cards for the whole classroom. And I remember thinking that was so strange, but then I liked it because then everybody got a card. So see, that's kind of one of those things that's good for Aquarius. So if you have a friendship issue or you want to solidify your friendship or make it stronger, whatever, this is time to work on that during this full moon. Now, again, we have even more energy coming this week. So the next hot spot, so August 1st, this full moon, we want to burn our new moon manifestation list after the peak at 2:32 p.m. Eastern time. Earlier than that if you're on the West Coast or Mountain Time, or even in a different country, you have to adjust. But we're going to have that. But then we have another hot spot coming on August 3rd, which is Thursday. Why do I say it's a hot spot? Well, did anybody have any stuff go on this weekend that felt a little dark, felt a little, felt a little yucky over the weekend? Well, that's because behind the scenes, we had Lilith squaring Uranus. I don't know if anybody remembers that from last week. And that came to a peak or a height over the weekend. Okay, so if anybody had a little dark energy, Lilith was responsible for that. Lilith square Uranus. Lilith currently is in Leo and Uranus is in Taurus. So those two are like irritating. Now, that's going to remain active in the backdrop until August 9th. But the good news is we crossed over the hump, the peak, and now we're coming to the sort of downslide, if you will, where the energy has already released a little. I felt it release. I don't know if anybody else did. I felt the darkness. I felt the darkness of that Lilith square Uranus. And that happened over the weekend between July 29th and July 30th. That was the peak of it. And the reason why I'm talking about Lilith is because I have nicknamed Lilith Mrs. Pluto. So if you think of Pluto as like big and harsh and dark, and then we have Mrs. Pluto, which is, she's not as big and harsh and dark, but she is a little bit. Oh my gosh, I just caught, I can't show you unfortunately because I'm on film, but oh my gosh, the moon just came up over my neighbor's hedges and it is huge and orange. It's starting to, moon is rising. So we are talking about this, right? Okay. So the reason why I'm talking about this is August 3rd. The north node of the moon has actually been square Pluto. That's why. See, did you see that segue? Lilith and Pluto. The north node of the moon is square Pluto. Now the north node of the moon is in Aries, and it's going to be squaring Pluto, which is currently in Capricorn. Pluto retrograde is in Capricorn. Now, these two are square each other. Remember that, and again, I have a different YouTube video about that. If you go on, if you don't know what I'm talking about with the North Node of the Moon, you can go on my YouTube channel. But if you guys, and make sure that you like, I see somebody's hitting the like button. I make sure that you like this video because it helps. This has been going on all the way from July 1st, and it will be remaining active until September 1st. However, the peak of it is this Thursday on August 3rd. And the peak and the height of it is 4:38 p.m. But this is almost a 2-month long transit that's been happening. And what is this about? So the North Node of the Moon, remember, is our goals, our dreams, our destiny. And the South Node is where we're coming from, which is also squaring Pluto too. So Pluto's squaring both of these, North Node and South Node, okay? And wow, it is powerful. So we're really like, I feel like we're really analyzing what we're supposed to be doing here in this lifetime. Like we're really having like, you know, a lot of people are having big changes going on in there. And remember, Pluto is transformation. It's harsh. Sometimes it can be harsh transformation, but it's big. It can also be big and powerful transformation. And when they square each other, they're kind of like a little contentious. So it's like, but I want to go over here. And then Pluto's going, no, go over here. Like there's a little contention going on in the background. And Pluto can feel dark and heavy. So if we're making big decisions about our life, our destiny, where do we belong? What am I meant to do? How do I get there? What's going to happen? It's going to feel a little dark, like, ugh, I haven't made it yet. You know, I haven't done the thing I want to do. Maybe I'm, you know, behind or even harsher. We could be feeling harsher about ourselves. So I would say it's very much like my message I said about the Lilith square Uranus thing. Uranus wants change too. Pluto wants change. Uranus wants change. Everyone's changed. But these two players here, Lilith and Pluto, I mean, they need to get out of here, okay? Because they make us feel bad about ourselves and they make us feel a little dark. That crept up on me even this weekend. And I was like, oh, hey, Lilith, how you doing? Get out, you know, like it's like a vampire. They can't come in your house unless you invite them. Well, I don't invite you in, Lilith, you know, I'm going to have her go. It's the same thing with Pluto. Pluto, like, would definitely be the world's worst life coach. I mean, I always say that about Saturn, but God, Pluto is really terrible. And this can be very dark and feeling yucky. I mean, there's been on the news, Sinead O'Connor passed away, the singer-songwriter and an activist, passed away recently. Pee Wee Herman passed away. I just got the notice on my phone today about Pee Wee Herman. You know, there's like some exiting and some stuff going on. That's very Plutonian. That's very full moon. There's just a lot of this stuff happening. And so this is something that I feel like we could just really take it like almost, I'll say cancel clear. And by the way, let's go over that because I haven't talked about cancel clear in a while, but we can say cancel clear, but Pluto can make us feel like a loser. I'm just going to say that out loud. I mean, and we're not, we're special, unique, and wonderful. Remember the full moon in Aquarius. So we have to not lose sight of our goals and dreams. And just because we haven't done it yet, or we haven't gotten to that yet, or, you know, there's been a couple things, you've probably been busy with life, your children and your pets and your loved ones and your family and all the things that you've been doing. Okay. You know, so give yourself a break. Give yourself a break and tell Pluto to go beat it. And that I literally do that. Like when I get these things, I just say, there you are. Go. I'm not going to talk to you, Pluto, you know, because he's just dark and he makes us feel that way. That's the thoughts, the intrusive thoughts that we have about ourselves. So it can be hard. So thank you, Wendy. Wendy said, oh God, you're so cute. Thank you, Wendy. You're wonderful. Oh, Tina, no. I literally been in tears thinking I missed all the opportunities lately and thinking that you failed. See, you didn't. You didn't fail. You're not behind. You didn't fail. There's no such thing as failure. You simply decided to do this or decided not to do this. That's all it is. Or maybe you didn't have enough time. It's okay. Thank you, Holly. Ding, ding, ding. She sent me stars, or maybe sends me stars. It's like a little way of giving this broadcast a financial tip. It's really minimal, but it's very sweet and lovely, and it's a wonderful support for this work. And so that's what is really important to know. So remember, the peak of it is on Thursday, and then we'll kind of be in the down cycle after that. But it's been active all the way since July 1st. So we've been like heading up and heading up and heading up and heading. It's like being on a roller coaster, right? And you get to that top, and then it's like downhill. So, and then the energy starts to release, but it'll be active all the way to September 1st. So this is the hotbed we are in this week. And if you've had anything like that coming up, goals, dreams, aspirations, and things that you're just feeling a little mucky about, then this is time to make a big move. I mean, Pluto is very transformative. I mean, it's kind of harsh transformation, but Pluto can really be very transformative. So Pluto could help you. He just does it in his dark, wicked way, like that's kind of, I would love to say he's wicked, like that's kind of his way. Andrea, thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. Another 100 stars from Andrea. Thank you. So let me talk about cancel clear really quick before I go on for the rest of the week, because there's actually not as much energy after this. So that's a good thing. We have a little bit of a kind of a break, but these are heavy, big energies. So we have enough, for sure. But cancel clear. So I learned this in life coaching school. And yes, I am a trained life coach. I'm a master hypnotherapist, and I do a lot with NLP life coaching and relationship coaching as well, and mindset coaching. I do all the coaching. So cancel clear is when you have a thought, an intrusive thought, like we might have with this full moon and Pluto, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we have an intrusive thought. Cancel clear. Cancel. You're canceling the thought, and then we're clearing it. What's for dinner? Oh, and you can do that. You can cancel clear and then ask yourself a question. What's for dinner? What did I have for dinner yesterday? What did I have for breakfast? Like, oh, what's my favorite movie? Like any question. It's just a question that you have to really think about it, because you want to cancel clear. Now, if you have a big juicy thought that you're really like chewing on, and you might have to cancel clear 6 or 7 times. It's okay. Now, I've been doing this for over a decade, cancel clearing things. And I'll tell you what, I can do it on the first shot, because I'm used to it. My brain is used to it. I know how to just go in a different direction with it. So anytime, and even if somebody let's say somebody says, and we'll cancel clear after I say this, but let's say somebody says, you'll never do that, cancel clear. You just cancel clear that. Oh, cancel clear. What's for dinner? You're just going to delete. It's like deleting. I have a friend of mine that says that he can never remember the cancel clear. So he says, Control Alt Delete, like on a computer. But you just cancel clear it. And that is a way of clearing the energy. You're canceling it out. You're clearing it. And you're getting your thoughts to go in. And then you ask yourself the question, whatever question you can ask yourself. And that's called you're resetting the energy. And you're not taking on the energy, like you're just giving it back. Like, I'm not going to take, I'm not going to. And you know what we tend to do sometimes? I mean, sometimes we go on, Brene Brown calls it catastrophizing thinking, of like when we think of all the worst case scenario, and what if this doesn't work, and what if it's like almost like we're rehearsing disaster. That's what Brene Brown says. We rehearse disaster and like the worst possible experience and way. Cancel clear. Just cancel clear that. If you catch yourself, sometimes we don't even catch ourselves because we're just going on and on and on with that negative daydream that we're having. Well, instead, just cancel clear it when you catch yourself and just redirect. Don't feel bad about, oh God, look what I was doing. God, I just suck, No, cancel clear it. And then just go into it, because we all, our brain is kind of wired to find problems, to find mistakes, to figure out, our brain is wired for that. They think it comes from that survival, finding the tiger in the woods, and I can't go down that path again because there's a tiger down there, So our brain is designed to wire that, and our brain is designed to find mistakes and to find problems and things. It's what keeps us alive. That's a great thing. We can celebrate that. But sometimes we just rehearse the dumbest things in our head, it's like, oh God, so we don't want to do that. So I hope that that helps. Now, we do have a little bit more astrological, like, and when I say we have more, we have energy all, every day. But I go over the big things on this broadcast. We have a lot of lunar energy, and things like that. But moon transits are very quick. So I don't go over them because they only last a few hours. So, but the bigger planetary things I do. So on Sunday, August 6th, 2023, we have the sun forming a square with Jupiter. Now here we are with Jupiter again. And the peak of that is going to be at 8:03 p.m. Eastern time. And so the sun squared Jupiter, not a bad square, because again, it's Jupiter. Jupiter is good luck, good fortune, optimism, expansion. And the sun, that could be a little bruised ego and whatever, or we feel a little too sunny, or we feel a little too confident, or we feel a little, we say too yes to too many things. That's the danger with any Jupiter transit, because Jupiter is kind of too much of a good thing. So we could get a little full of ourselves on Sunday, and then we gotta go, oh, whoops, I shouldn't have committed to that. I already have 3 other things that day, or whatever it is. Or we might be a little braggadocious, and kind of, just having a little chutzpah. And that is on Sunday, and this weekend. So we could either be that, or we could run into that, like some person at a party just being a blowhard and just kind of, I do this great and that great and this great. And it's like, oh, okay, that must be Jupiter, kind of coming out. So that's just a little something to be aware of, but it's not a terrible thing when the sun forms a square with Jupiter. And actually, even this lovely trine that Mars is going to be forming with Jupiter too, in Virgo, that's going to be a nice thing. Our effort and our energy and our whatever could be paying off. It's just that we have Mercury forming a square, an opposition with Saturn at the same time as this full moon that's going to be here on tomorrow, August 1st. So that's a mixed bag on the full moon, but it always is. It always is on a full moon. So let's try to manifest it being a positive full moon for us. Because remember, it's just the fruits of our labor coming back. So that could be a fun thing too. Yay, Wendy! Ding, ding, ding. Wendy sent another 100 stars. Thank you so much, Wendy. You guys are amazing. So if anybody has any questions for me at the end of this broadcast here, it's not quite as long as I usually do, but we don't have as much. There's not as much like this and that type of energy. There's for sure energy, and there's big energy, but a lot of it is like just bigger, like one or two big things instead of 100 little things, so that's kind of the way. It's still going to be powerful. It's still going to be, especially at this full moon time. So yes, Wendy said it's a star party. Yes, exactly. And I am going to be pulling a collective card at the end of the broadcast, but if anybody has any questions, okay. Sarah had a good question. By the way, I don't have it with me right now, but Aquarius is fluorite is a wonderful stone for this full moon too. If you're having needing to connect with Aquarius energy, that's fluorite is a beautiful stone for Aquarius. I love it. All right, Sarah, your boyfriend's hitting a roadblock at work. What should you do? He's a Virgo. Oh, well, this energy, this Mars is in Virgo right now. Mars and Pallas Athena are both in Virgo, which Mars is the god of war and Pallas Athena is the goddess of war. So they're both war in Virgo. So a lot of Virgos I know right now are going through kind of something because of that. It's like it takes a lot of effort and energy to do all this Mars and Pallas Athena. So that can be strife, that can be problems, but it can also just be energy. Like you have to put a lot of energy out towards something. If you're a Virgo, you got a lot of planets in Virgo. Let me see. What's the deal? What's the deal with him? With his work? It's interesting. The first card, wow, he's got a lot of, he really is hitting a roadblock, I can see. The first card he's getting is material spiritual conflict. Like, he got the card of Saturn, there you go. But material spiritual conflict, Sarah, which I'm trying to show YouTube and the broadcast here. But this one is like, do you do what you love? Do you love what you do? Can you make money at what you love? Spiritual material conflict. It means that we're not really even sure this is really the super right place or the right thing that he's doing. And Saturn's just really hard work. I mean, he's got a lot, and there's somebody around him he kind of can't trust or shouldn't trust or doesn't trust. There's the trust factor going on, and he's got a lot of rules and regulations going on. Boy, that's a lot of different things. So yeah, he's in it. He's in it right now. Oh, thank you, Rosalie. I got another 50 stars. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, Rosalie. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, so let me see what's the way out for him? What is the way out for him? Oh. Does he, is he taking a class, needing to take a class, needing to further his education, or needing to teach a class or do a training, some kind of additional training or something? Because there's a big learning curve here that he's in the middle of, teaching and learning. He's getting that card. By the way, when Rosalie sent the stars, this card fell out, Indigo Children. So I'm assuming that those stars, Rosalie, were from your grandchild. I just wanted to say that this wasn't a card for Sarah. This was for Rosalie. Teaching and learning. He's got a big time. It's saying for him, Sarah, to keep an open mind, learn new ideas, and then teach those ideas to others. I feel like he has to lean into generosity and lean into being open and lean into like helping others, because I almost feel like he is like, it's like he's pulling on his team or something. Like it's almost like he's pulling a bag of rocks behind him. That's how it feels energetically. And I almost feel like he has to get everybody on board. Oh, he's just starting school. That's awesome. Yes. So she said that's so funny because down the line, if he does well, he will become a mentor for those who are starting out. Exactly. That's what he's doing. He's going to be fine. He's going to be totally fine. It is saying for him to do a chakra clearing, which means like he should sage himself or smudge himself. I'm sure you can help him with that, Sarah, but he needs to clear a little bit of his energy, because some of it is, you know how sometimes if we get into a negative mindset, like we can sort of keep the energy coming towards us like that. It sort of locks it in, and then we're manifesting kind of the yucky stuff. So yeah, I hope that helps. Claudette, it's your birthday. Everybody, if you could wish Claudette a happy birthday, Leo season. All right, Claudette, let me pull one card for you. What does Claudette need to know about her birthday? What do we need to know about her birthday? Ooh, oh, Claudette. Hello from heaven. You have a spirit, a guide, a guardian angel, or somebody on your spirit team who is deceased that is coming through and saying hello. Your loved one in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Oh, I will say I get an energy around a female, Claudette. I don't know if this is a mom or a grandmom. It feels like it's a maternal side of the family. And I almost get this feeling that there is another birthday that's in your family that is either coming up or just happened. But it almost feels like you have like birthdays that are close together. Like this person's telling me that there's another. Oh, Claudette said her great aunt's birthday is the same birthday as her. Yeah, I felt this person is telling me that. I do feel that this is a woman coming through. So maybe it's your great auntie that is coming through. And your grandfather came through yesterday, you said too. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, happy birthday. But yeah, you got some people on your spirit team. And so you have a deceased loved one that is saying happy birthday. But they were saying that there was the same birthday. So that's so interesting. So is your great aunt's birthday as well. So this deceased loved one is coming through just saying hi. So yeah, so I hope that helps. Yeah, that's wonderful. And you're getting the card Gifts from God, and you're also getting the card Spiritual Understanding. So Gifts from God is all about we angels bring you gifts from the Creator's divine life, source energy, however you want to say it. And it says, open your arms to receive. So there is a gift and a blessing is coming The spiritual understanding means you have to understand spiritually there's a higher mindedness associated with this gift or this blessing. So you might get a symbol, you might get a, like there's a bigger reason why you're getting this thing, this help that you've been asking for is what it's saying. There's something coming to you. But there's a spiritual lesson associated with it as well. So I hope that helps. Yay, happy birthday. That is amazing. Oh, your grandfather's was yesterday. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Tina wants to know if her boss is going to open a restaurant at the end of August. Let me just tune into Tina here. I had a bunch of comments come at one time. I didn't get to see everybody's. Let's see, Tina. Woo, gosh. Tina, there's a lot of energy around this question here. Let me just see. What will her boss open the new restaurant? Are you going to be running it, Tina? Because it feels like that you're going to be having a pivotal role in some of this. Yeah, I mean, awakening is coming, though. So funny. Yeah, multiple locations. This is multiple. She's juggling multiple things. This is awakening, which is a new thing, a new venture. I feel like you might run the restaurant, or that you. Okay, so I know you said end of August. I don't know. I keep feeling like almost like beginning of September. Like maybe gets pushed back just a little, but not much. Or maybe it's a big deal because of like Labor Day or something, but I'm feeling like a lot of energy around the beginning of September. But you said the end of August. I say the beginning of September. There's like a big spike in energy around that time, Tina, but I don't know if you're still on the broadcast or not. But yeah, I almost feel like you're going to have a pivotal role with this, so it will benefit you. You're getting a really good card, which is Magician. So that's good. So yeah, so I hope that helps everybody. I can't get to everybody's questions tonight, but I'm going to pull a collective card. What do we need to know for this week? I hope that helps everybody. Yes, you're welcome, Claudette. And make sure that we all send Rita energy, positive, healing, loving energy, and also sending Claudette wonderful energy for her birthday. But I'm going to pull a card using my Moonology cards here. This is a new deck that I've had for a while, but I always play with before I use decks professionally, I always play with them for a long time, so I'm like really more accustomed to them. So I thought it would be fitting to bring this into the broadcast because of the full moon. I can leave a link in my description here on Facebook and on YouTube if you're interested in that deck, but it's a cool deck. You have to kind of have a little bit of a knowledge in some ways of astrology, but it has a little message on it. I'll show you. So what do we need to know about this big full moon coming in Aquarius? Also Mars trine Jupiter and Mercury square Saturn on the same day. And then we also have Mercury shadow period starting on August 3rd, and the north node of the moon squaring Pluto at the same time on Thursday. So yeah, and then on Sunday, August 6th, we have the sun forming a square with Jupiter. So what do we need to know about this week? What do the angels, the spirit guides, and guardians want us to all know this week? Oh, so funny. North node of the moon, and look at, that's the symbol for the north node. Step out of your comfort zone. I'm guided to pull 2 more cards. So what do we need to know about this week? So yeah, we got the north node. That's what I was saying. We gotta really, so funny. We gotta really step up to the plate here. Yes. So this card, full moon in Capricorn card, says, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So we are wrapping up. Remember when I said all this stuff with Pluto and Lilith, it was been a little bit tough. So, and full moons are an ending. So we're going to be ending a tough cycle. And then this other one is balsamic moon, time for healing. I was born during the balsamic moon, which is right around the new moon, but it's a time for healing. And that's really even a fresh start, because balsamic moon happens right before the new moon. So it's like we're really coming to an end of something, and then we're about to start a new thing. And that's what this that's what full moons are all about. They're all about ending something, wrapping up something, so that we can, it's just like when you empty your closet. Well, you can't buy new clothes until you have enough room for the, so you got to like clean out the closet and get rid of stuff so that you can get new things. So that's really what this is. But North Node of the Moon, I love this card here, North Node of the Moon, because literally that's what we were talking about in this broadcast, North Node of the Moon, what are we doing? And it doesn't matter what age you are, you're not behind. Everything happens, I always say, perfectly for the perfect reason and the perfect timing. So yeah. So I hope that helps everybody. I love that you all joined me on this broadcast. If you want to have a personalized astrological session, feel free to send me a text message or a DM, and I would love to schedule one for you. And make sure that you also subscribe to my YouTube channel. We have half the year now, and I am halfway to my goal of having 1,000 subscribers. I'm almost at 500 subscribers, so just under that. So I'm hoping that I can get to, the goal is to have 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2023. So yes, and thank you so much, everybody. You guys are amazing. I love this Monday night community, and everybody's so just loving and supportive and manifesting, and just, I think it's great. So thank you, everybody, for joining me, and namaste. Have a good night.